Hello, my fellow broke aristocrats. Hi, and a happy Wednesday to you. Today, as you know, is our tea time where we get to talk about all things frugal. We have a cup of tea, and you and I share some great ideas about how we can live the good life without breaking the bank. And hopefully, we can contribute to that conversation here on Broke Aristocrats. Today's tea, which I'm having in bed because it is a day off, is Peachy Tips. Yes, so I'm going to take a sip. And I can see my kitty cat is over there being very naughty, so we might have to break and grab her. She's gotten into something. And that tea is great because I am coming down with, I'm still getting over that thing. Boy, this virus that's going around, if you folks have got it, please take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. Viruses don't respond to antibiotics, so we're just going to have to find another way. Stay hydrated, keep your electrolytes up, eat nutrient-rich foods, etc., etc. All right, that's me being a doctor. I had a patient who I was looking in her throat because she wasn't feeling well. Here comes the cat. And she coughed right at me as I was looking in the throat. So it is the hazards of my profession. So we are still nursing a cold. Hello. Hello, Mila. She's over here. Today's conversation that we're having is about when do we need to spend money? When do we need to spend money? There are a couple of times when we need to spend money. One of the times we need to spend money is in an emergency. We've talked a lot about that here at Broke Aristocrats, making sure you've got that emergency fund, particularly how you can continue to contribute to an emergency fund even when you're still trying to get out of debt. If you live in a major city and you're on your own and you've got very few resources or people to turn to in the event of an emergency, you may want to continue to squirrel away just small bits every month beyond the $1,000 while you're paying off debt, because if you wind up in a situation like having to move or another type of emergency, $1,000 is probably not going to cut it. So that would be an example of when it's necessary to spend money. Got to get up and go, or the car breaks down, or something like that. But what about other situations where, excuse me, where you need to spend money? One of the reasons I think people need to spend money, particularly if you're trying to get ahead financially, is on appearance. If you are going to a job, if you are trying to present yourself in a way where you're going to be getting a promotion, part of excellence, and excellence has definitely been the theme we've been talking about, mastery. Remember, we talked about how this year at Broke Aristocrats, the topic is going to be mastery. Part of that mastery is hopefully being a positive role model for others and exemplifying what excellence is through our actions, through our not just through our speech, but through our actions. And so if you're thinking about spending money on appearance so that you appear more professional in the workplace, I think that is absolutely a legitimate reason to go out and spend money. If you're being so frugal that you're showing up with dirty shoes, broken shoelaces, a dirty t-shirt, the clothes don't fit right, then you may have to drop back a little bit and invest in something that's going to make you look more presentable in the workplace, with the idea that a more professional you, a more excellent you, you're giving it your best, that's definitely going to impress the boss. And if you're starting your own business, it's going to impress your customer. So having said all of that, this is something I've been struggling with. I don't like to spend money on clothes. I stay very, very frugal, and it horrifies me, if I'm going to buy a good designer skirt and it's going to cost me $70, $90, something like that, $80, $90, and that's the low end of a high quality skirt, I cannot bring myself to do it. So I will go to a used clothing store or the higher end used clothing stores or discount stores and try and find something. I have not been able to find something good quality, new, high quality anywhere. I've been that without spending a lot of money. So the reason I'm bringing it up is because I am in private practice. A lot of my patients are wealthy Beverly Hills persons, and if they come to my office and I'm wearing shoddy clothing, it reflects on the profession, and it reflects on me as a physician. It's said that God is in the details. God is in the details. It's coming into a room and seeing no chipped paint, no smudges, no dirt on the floor. That part of excellence is really putting an extra effort in terms of how we present ourselves. So that's part of what I've been working on this week. I did put a little lipstick on for you folks. And so today was the first day I was able to make it over to the off-Broadway shoe store here on Sunset, which has the designer shoes for 50 to 70% off. The drag is that nothing else is around. So I took part of my savings and I've invested it in, I bought 3 pairs of shoes. I bought some 1-inch heels. I bought some 2-inch or 3-inch heels on Amazon, but they're painful, and that's the problem when you buy shoes online. You don't know how they're going to fit, and they weren't the best quality. So I bought some 1-inch heels, professional. They were 50% off. I think it was, 50% off. And then I got some flats that were also 50% off. And then I bought some good quality running shoes. And then on Amazon, I let myself spend a little more than I usually do on clothes. I'm trying to build a professional capsule wardrobe, so I invested in 3 button shirts for the office and 1 black skirt. So I think when you're in a situation where you're trying to get ahead, you're trying to present yourself as professionally as possible, you're thinking in terms of excellence, going the extra mile and spending a little bit more is okay if the intent is to get a better paying job. Go to that, if you're applying to a job and you want to get a better paying job, you really want to present yourself as somebody who's, excellent, professional, well-groomed, etc. I think spending a little extra money, obviously we're broke aristocrats. We're going to try and get the best deal we can get. If we can get it at 50% off, 70% off, great. But you really want to look at the quality. It doesn't pay. I've gone to Target, I've gone to Kmart, I've checked out their clothes, I've gone to Ross's, and I just don't think it's very good quality clothing. It's not very feminine, it's not very chic. It's made in China. It just doesn't do anything for me. So I don't think it's, I've got a couple pieces that I bought from Old Navy, and you can tell that it's cheap clothing. You can it's not high fashion. It's not gonna, we now have a second clinic that's opening up in Beverly Hills next month, and I'm going to be one of the physicians working at that clinic, and the owner of the company bought me 2 brand new white coats, but I'm going to be expected to show up at work catering to, very wealthy clients. So the point here of this tea time is to really encourage people to think about how sometimes we do have to spend money in order to make money. Sometimes we are going to have to really, particularly if it reflects on your excellence and your professionalism in our actions, but also professionalism in how we appear when we go out into the world. One of the books that I've been rereading, I've read it several times, is How to Win Friends and Influence People, and that was written actually at the I think it was the 19-teens it was written, and I think it's as applicable today as it was when it was written. And he talks a lot about the importance of mutual respect in the workplace, and really going the extra mile and presenting yourself professionally whenever possible. That type of attention to detail, where you don't look disheveled, where you really make the effort, it's something that I have to work at, because I feel like I'm always struggling with this. And I think it definitely influences how people see us, and it definitely influences our paycheck, and it can influence whether or not we get that promotion. So in that sense, I think, yes, it's worth spending a little extra in terms of how we present ourselves, and I think it comes back to us. All right, so that was the topic today for Broke Aristocrats. And tell me what you're doing to take care of yourself on a budget, and particularly if you have had that struggle with spending a little more so that you can present yourself a little bit more professionally, and hopefully get that better paying job, or get that raise, or improve your presentation at your business. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care. Bye.